All right, what's good, everyone? So I'm going to be doing a quick back testing session over last week's price action, just to see where I can improve, what I could have done better this week, anything that I've missed, things of that nature. I did finish the week 2-0, so like obviously it was a good week, but there's always room for growth, always room for improvement. So without too much yapping, I'm just gonna dive into the charts. I already have them pulled up just to see, what happened this week. Let's just go over it. We're basically watching film if you want to look at it from that perspective. So starting from Monday, yep. Um, we're definitely bullish. Price is respecting this gap right here on the daily time frame. It's also respecting this new week opening gap. And then on ES, same thing, respecting that new week opening gap. I think that's a new week opening gap. Yeah, it is. No, actually, it's not. That's just a new day opening gap. Crazy gap for just being a day. But nonetheless, we still have bullish price action. So I'm only looking for longs, and this would be the most probable target. I think once price were to take this target right here, there's no reason for me to trade anymore after that. So where'd it go? Oh, so daily time frame, that's the gap. We're going to look in lower time frames. Obviously, sell side is taken here, manipulation. So we're looking super, super bullish. 100% this draw gets taken. Now, mind you, I've already I kind of know what's going to happen. I took this trade literally on Monday, so it's kind of a cheat. But I'm just going through it with a fresh eyes, with a fresh pair of eyes, if that makes sense. So I can kind of see if I notice anything different that I hadn't noticed throughout the week. But I know for a fact I went for this 1 hour gap as a point of interest to look for an entry. What is ES doing? Same gap. ES is a lot more, I don't want to say bearish, but like it's a lot more below. Or SMT. There is an SMT right here. Small one, but it's still an SMT. This adds to the confluence to go higher. If price continues to keep respecting this gap, we're looking for longs. Well, I mean, these are literally equal highs. So I would ideally want to see that taken before looking for an entry. I need to see at least this gap taken. Not gap, this low taken. So on the 1 minute time frame, this is the 1 hour gap. We're looking to see what we get. We do have an inversion. Goodness, bro. Completely missed that. We do have an inversion. We have a second inversion. And I want to say this was my entry right here. I want to say this was my entry. Put our stop. See, what I don't love about this trade is that this low was never taken on NQ. This is an equal low right here. Price could easily, and what time is it? 9:32. We could easily, this is right at market open, just continue to come back down, take out this low, and then get the bullish move. And if we look on the 4 minute time frame, there's also a bearish gap. The price could easily just be retesting right now on the 4 minute time frame. So in hindsight, this trade was a little riskier than I had realized. Although I will say that's the SMT, I think. Yeah, it is. Right here. This is the SMT. So ES took that low. So that actually makes it not as risky. That I'm actually fine with that. I don't mind that. And I think I do remember noticing that in real time. So This trade was still a really valid trade. I'm also not really a huge fan of how it's right at market open. I don't really like taking those, but this was the trade. I do know that. Put it there. I would rather. This is as low as I can have my stop, bro. This is as low as I can put my stop. All right, yeah. So I'm gonna just go for the 2R. Break even at 1R, or until the next high gets taken, which would probably be. I'll probably go break even here. Oh. I think I did this one actually. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, that was the high that I was gonna go break even at. Boom. So the trade worked out. I did take this trade on Monday. I think, have a $1,100 P&L for that day. I don't think I would have done anything different, man. I think this was a really good trade. Bias was correct. External draw was taken. The external target got hit. There was a lower entry that I missed. I mean, that's a really aggressive entry. But I could have done something like this. My 2R would have been before that target even got touched. Actually, that would have been a really low target for that 2R. This would have been the better entry for sure. Break even would have got touched here, and it never would have stopped me out of break even. So that actually would have been a really good entry. I could have let that be a runner to the external target, which would have been a 2.6R. Pretty good. So I guess I missed a shorter entry, but it's all good. Outside of that, I don't think I would have done anything different. And since this target got hit, there's no reason for me to even be on the charts anymore. So we're going to the next day. Tuesday was a no trade day for me. Let's see if there was a trade that I should have took. So still bullish for the most part with this gap. No real highs that look probable. If we're looking for longs, this would be the only target. And I want to say shorts look a little bit better for today. Obviously, this huge rejection right here. But also, if you consider this an order block, which I don't really like, I don't really use order blocks. I take into account their presence when I see them, but they're not really my trading style. I don't use them for entries or anything, but this is an order block, so we use the body. This is clearly being respected. And then this is a no wick candle, so this would be a high probability target. I wouldn't mind taking a short down to that target. But once price takes this low right here, I'm off the charts. There's no reason to keep looking for trades. So no SMTs. Actually, yeah, price is looking good. I actually would definitely take a short. I mean, if this is the target right here, this is also so this is previous day low, and it's obviously a no wick candle in the daily time frame. So high probability target. I feel like this needs to be brighter. I would take a short here, but only once price comes up to this gap. I need some form of manipulation. So if price comes up here, I'd be willing to look for short entries. Or at the very least, is there a 30? Nah. 15. Yeah, no. That what is it, an hour? That 1 hour gap needs to get touched before I could consider going long. It looks like we're gonna miss. Oh. Did I not get hit? Okay, price didn't take it. At this point, it's 10. I would still actually be willing to take a trade like this where we come up here, something like that. But at this point, we're about to be at 11 o'clock. It's 10:40. Yeah, happened too late. So it's 11 o'clock already. So I'm not taking a trade. But let's see what would have happened. Oh, that's crazy. We didn't even get up to the gap. All right, it's going to keep playing around. It's not worth it. Next day. So Tuesday was a solid no trade day. Right decision I made, or that was the correct decision that I made to not take a trade on Tuesday. Let's look at Monday or Wednesday. Wednesday, on the daily time frame. What do we see? Price coming back down into this gap. Huge rejection off of it. This candle has not closed yet, but there is a huge rejection, and we have these stacked highs for targets. We're still bullish. What's ES doing? ES is in the same boat. Yeah. If I take a trade today, like as in this Wednesday, I am only looking for longs. Really nice rejection off of that daily gap. Let's see what's on the lower time frames. Inversion of a 1 hour right here. Retest. It looks like we're going back up. Is this an equal high? It is. I like this as a target. So this would be a first. This would be my first target. There's no SMT, is there? Nope. Oops. Bro. ES hasn't taken the target either. So this is a really high probability target for me. Bullish price action. There's a really good target right there. Let's see if there's an opportunity. Oh, there was definitely a trading opportunity at what, 8:15 pre-market. I want to note out some notable gaps. So a 10-minute. So in order for me to take a trade, price needs to come back down into this 15-minute gap for sure. On this trade or on this ES chart right here. Same situation. I need to see this. See, I would ideally want this low to get taken before we go higher, but that's a little, I don't know how likely that is. We'll just see what happens. Go on the 1 minute time frame. Price doesn't come back down to that gap. There's no trade. What time is it? 9:24. Market opens right here in 2 minutes. What is it set to? Start of New York. Okay, that's weird. All right, we touched the gap. I would still like to see a good rejection off of it. See if we can get an entry. If we, okay, this is beautiful. This target, the sell side has been taken. And we have an SMT. Because ES never took this low. So honestly, this is a really, really good setup. If I can just get an entry, I do not like this candle right here at all, though. That's crazy candle. Is there news? Wednesday. Today's Wednesday, right? Yeah, Wednesday. 9 o'clock. I don't care about that. So no real news. Yeah, I would look for an entry at this point. See if I can get one. Huh? Bro. First of all, I thought I set this to New York already. Bro, I do not remember this happening at all. Bro, what? Is there a 15-second entry? Dude, there low-key was. What the hell? Imagine. Just imagine, bro. This is way too early into market open for me. This is a minute in, but hey, on the 15-minute time frame, we inverse that gap. If you hold it till external target, that's a 4.5 R right there. Really 5. So yeah, nothing I really could have taken advantage of this day. Obviously, my entries are no, for the time being, they're no smaller than the 1 minute time frame. So this is straight just a missed opportunity. No trade here. External target hit. There's no real reason for me to stay on the charts. So that is that. There are more targets actually. All right, see if I can catch something up to Asia high. And if Asia high gets hit, then yeah, no more trading for that day. So we'll see what happens. Dude, I'm gonna need a gap on like the 5 minute time frame, bro. Something. All right, Asia. Oh, we put an SMT. Yeah, ES took Asia. No, we didn't actually. That's Asia high. We're definitely gonna take it right here though. All right, we did get a 5 minute gap. Let me see if I can get a retrace because ES has a gap as well. I want to make note of that. This is on the 5 minute time frame. All right, if I get a retrace into this and get an entry, I'll take it. That's what I thought. NQ took it. ES hasn't. So an SMT has already been put in. Let's see what happens. Huge bearish SMT. All right, I like this. Tapping into the 1 minute, sweeping all of the sell side inside of this 5 minute gap. I wouldn't take this in real. Oh, whoa. Yeah. Yeah, no more trading for me, bro. Yeah. Wednesday was another correct no trade day. I did a good job not trading on Wednesday. That was the right move. We are good. Good on that. Next day. God, yo. I already don't want to trade after seeing this. Well, Thursday was also a no trade day for me. If I can go to my journal real quick. Bro, why is that so bright? And why is it taking so long to load, bro? Damn. So, win on Monday. No trade. So the only trades I took was Monday, Friday. We're basically right now checking to see if there were any trades that I missed because this is Thursday. So Thursday, I don't. Yeah, I mean, just off daily candles alone, this is looking like a really solid no trade day. If there was any reason to get into a trade, it's not to go short. So we're only looking to see if there's long opportunities. I don't like how is this a equal low? What's the low here? The low is 676375, 676375. So these are equal lows. Not a fan of going long when there's equal lows like that. Super bullish. See what's going on the 10 minute time frame real quick. All right, we got a 10 minute fair value gap formed on NQ. No real reason for me to look for an entry there other than the fact that I guess you could argue that you're betting on the fact that price is going to continue to keep doing what it's been doing for God knows how long, just going up and up and up and up. So if you want to catch a little something, there is a 10 minute gap. It hasn't shown up on ES, but there is this small SMT right here. Super small one. It's a entry time frame SMT, but it's still an SMT. Not a lot of volume on ES. I don't even know what's going on here. The only way I would take a no, this is not looking good, bro. We do have an SMT. I mean, there could be a trade if I get a change in the state, but I'm not a huge fan of forcing a trade right now with these candles. Okay, when we take sell side. Oh my gosh, bro, what the hell? Yeah, so see if there's anything on the higher time frames. Okay, price could easily be coming down to retest this. This would be a 15-minute gap. ES is doing the same thing. Oh, actually, is this the same candle? It is. So ES is already retesting that gap right now. NQ hasn't even got there yet, so we already have an SMT right there. This actually looks kind of clean right now. Nice SMT. There's a gap here as well. It could be respecting 10-minute. No, not really. 30. That's a 30? Huh? Wednesday. Yo, huh? Bro, am I tweaking? Look at the bottom. Thursday, right? Let's go to the 30-minute time frame. Okay, now we're on Thursday. I swear it was, I don't know what was happening. I looked like Wednesday. So there also is, okay, this is looking really good. I would legitimately take a buy right here, a buy setup. If I get an entry. Hello, 30, bro. 30, 30, 30. Yeah, I would take this. If an entry showed up, I would reduce risk strictly because of all these sell side targets, and especially these equal lows. This is not good if I want to go long. So I'll take an entry if I get one, but I'm not gonna risk as heavy. And goodness, this candle's looking crazy right now. But I like that because this is market open. We're manipulating down with this much volume. It's almost always gonna be manipulation. Okay, that's a really high inversion. If we were to inverse that, it's a really high entry with bad risk to reward. So what's going on here with ES? No fair value gaps even put in. Okay. It's not looking like we're respecting it. What's the 2-minute looking like? We still have the SMT? I don't think we do. We don't have the SMT anymore, unless there's another one. 30-minute time frame. Goodness, this is acting slow. All right, so this gap would not be the one. Damn, look at ES. What gap is this? This is a 15-minute, I think. Yeah, this is a 15-minute right here. So I would actually want to see an entry. Is there another SMT? No more SMTs on the external time frame. ES looks really nice right now. We have an internal SMT right here. Crazy one too, damn. So because we have this SMT, I can pair it with a change in the state. If I get a change in the state, I low-key will take this trade. The target would be, I guess it'd have to be this recent high. Hello. And we have stacked highs up here. So this is actually, it's a good trade. It's just not going to be, it's not going to be a very long trade. There's not a lot of room for a good risk to reward. So let's see what happens. We don't get a change in the state. We do still have another SMT. No, I lied. We don't. SMT is no longer in place. We tank. Goodness, bro. Where are we going? Yo! You see, you remember I was literally saying those equal highs. This is why it was not a great idea to go long. This is exactly why. And there's a 30-minute gap. I can just tell. Or I guess maybe a 1-hour gap. Yep, 1-hour gap. So this would have actually been a really good target now that I'm thinking about it. I would never have shorted at all-time highs like this. This is not a good opportunity to go for a short, but it's still like, if I was going to short, these are good targets. Like this would have been in a phenomenal trade right now, like going down. Let me see if there was an entry. I guarantee you there was. And actually, the trade would have been taken on NQ because NQ is the underperforming asset. Just nothing, no retracement. I would have had to market execute on the 1-minute time frame. Market opens right here. Not a single retrace except for this one little ass gap right here, which I would have never took. So yeah, I mean, now the one thing I will say, I sound crazy, but I wouldn't mind going long here. huge draw. I mean, huge manipulation down, crazy volume to the downside. This is all happening within 15 minutes into this 1 hour gap, retesting it, taking out sell side, and I believe there's an SMT that got put in. Oh no, maybe not. Yeah, so no SMT, but still, I'm gonna see if there's an entry because I would legitimately take an entry right here. I would still risk less just because of the excuse me, crazy volume to the downside. I would still risk less because of it. But yeah, see, I want to take this. I want to take this. I might go break even whenever NQ hits this, or at least shave off some risk. Is there an entry? There's nothing on the 1 minute. There's no SMT, no inversion. Just a lot of volume upside to the upside. 30 second, 15 second. So this isn't following my plan, but I would have loved to do something like this. Just enter right here. And even if I don't get all the way up to buy side, if I could at least get up to, we'll call it right here. If we could at least target equilibrium, which would be right here, this 0.5. I'll make this black. Horrible risk to reward. Horrible. Yeah, so there's just no trade here. Not for me at least. Not even if I put it at the body. Stop loss at the body. Dog, what the hell? Still only a 1-to-1. Let's see what would have happened. I would have got stopped out. So good on me for not taking a trade. This was not a high probability day. Cool. Next day, Friday, which was also a winning day. Damn, bro, they street racing outside. All right. Still no reason whatsoever to go short. Still at all-time highs. Friday was a winning day, but from just the daily time frame, I'm not really liking the idea of trading, just given where price is. So 4 hour time frame, there is this really good gap. Take into account. ES have the same thing. Yes. I remember this. ES was respecting the hell out of this gap. And what's it called? NQ was not. This was a unique situation. At least this doesn't like. It's a unique situation for me. I actually have only encountered this a couple times. The one time this happened, I took a trade and I actually lost the trade because I'll explain it. But essentially, you can see price is going to respect the gap on both assets at first. It looks like NQ is respecting it. ES is definitely respecting it. But there's no entry right now. And you'll see eventually. NQ will just inverse it. So right now, I don't think there's a good entry. I mean, obviously, see, here's the thing. Oh, that's not market's not even open, bro. Market opens, right? And I'm pretty strict about market opens, so I'm only gonna trade with market opens. Right here. I think this is market open, right? So market opens right here. I'm not entering, even though there's kind of an entry. You have a change in the state right here. You have this inversion actually as well. But yeah, I'm not entering at 9:30. There's just no way. I need to let price do its thing a little bit. So respecting the hell out of the gap. Like I said, on the 4 hour time frame, you can just see it. Huge rejection. What I do know happened was NQ decided to not respect it. NQ decided to just continue lower. This is where I was getting a little thrown off. 10 o'clock news. I know we had news at 10 o'clock. Red folder news. PMI. This is Friday? Yeah, PMI. So We inverse it on NQ. ES respected the hell out of it. So I was a little torn. Last time I was in this situation, it was actually the exact same situation. ES looked amazing for longs. NQ looked horrible for longs. And it was this exact situation. It inversed on NQ and we're respecting it on ES. I took the trade on ES. This was like maybe a month ago. And I got stopped out. NQ ended up just tanking even more, just continued to tank. And then eventually bringing ES down with it. So I took my chances at it again. I know there was an entry, I think on the 1 minute time frame. Right here. No. It was a 10, I want to say. Yeah. 10-minute gap. I don't know why I did inverse. 10-minute gap right here. So humongous SMT gets put in from here, this low to this low. So huge SMT. ES is, I mean, ES alone is just, this is the flawless picture perfect setup. It's respecting the 4-hour gap. Inside of that 4-hour gap, it's also respecting this 10-minute gap while putting in an SMT simultaneously. This is as good as it gets for longs for me. The only thing to make note of is I had ES had already taken this high. So literally this was all-time highs right here. And then we took it. So now this is the new all-time high. There's no real reason to continue higher. Like obviously we're at all-time highs. That's considered a reason. But outside of that, price has no reason to go higher. Every high was taken. So we could easily have manipulated this high and we might just continue down just like NQ is doing. But there was an SMT here, and I do know that there was a second one, a huge one. They were both ginormous SMTs. Right here. NQ takes this low right here. Right? Takes the low. ES ain't even close, bro. Where we at? ES isn't even close. So ES is looking extremely bullish. This was good enough for me to look for a trade. There was that obviously the SMT to the downside. The reason why I chose to disregard it and not pay it much mind is because, yes, we did take the high here. Goodness, dude, there's SMTs everywhere. What the fuck? Yes, SMT to the downside. We inverse the 4-hour gap, but look at ES. We have two bears. Damn, we have two bullish SMTs. Sure, there's one bearish, but at the same time, we're still super bullish on the higher time frames, all-time highs, and we're respecting the 4-hour and this 10-minute. So if I were to find an entry inside the 10-minute, which I did, it's really high probable. If NQ was doing the same thing and they were both bullish, I would have literally risked my whole account on ES, bro. Like this would have been the most high quality trade in the world. But just because of NQ's price action over here, I had to reduce risk. So I only risked, I think, like 0.5%. But I believe my entry was this inversion. Not good enough. Nah, that doesn't count as a break for me. That's the break. Another mistake I made is I did something like this, right? I think I have my stop here. 2R. I think I adjust my stop loss to make this target be 2R. Another mistake I made is it worked out anyway because the entry on the 1 minute time frame and then the entry on the 2 minute time frame were the same. But I should have been looking at the charts on the 2 minute time frame. You see how much cleaner this looks? This looks like a lot healthier price actions, much healthier candles being put in. This is just very choppy all over the place. You know what I mean? So it ended up being the exact same entry because you can see we got a break here on a 2 minute time frame for this inversion. Actually, if anything, it was a little lower right here. But regardless, same entry, but I took the one on the 1 minute time frame. So that was somewhere I could have improved, something I could have done better. Do that. We risk 2%. I will do 1% instead, which is what I did. Reduce my risk by half. And then it played out. Dude, right here, I thought I was going to get stopped at break even. I really did. But hey, nonetheless, we got the dub. So I think this ended up playing pretty high. TP2 or 3 got hit, so it was a good trade. But yeah, it was a risky trade for obviously the reasons that you know, NQ is super, super bearish, but then also the fact that this high had already been taken. So this is something I call a post-strong liquidity trade that I don't take very often at all. In my back testing, I actually only have a select handful of situations where I even took a trade in this predicament where, like, the high that I'm going for, the high that I'm targeting, there's no reason to go higher. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's been taken here, so it's just not as high probable, to be honest. That's another reason I significantly reduced risk. But that was the trading week. Overall, it was good. We were up. Actually, it's not gonna. I didn't journal any trades, so nothing's gonna show up here. What I will do though is, I mean, I don't really need to show the stats for this, bro. I really don't. Where are we right here? I don't need to show stats because they're already on my Notion, but we're gonna show them anyway. 100% win rate for the week. 2R both trades, and this was a $1,500 week because this was me risking 2% and 1%, which on my top step I risked 1% and then 0.5%. So, but good week, flawless week. After going back on it, there was honestly really not much I could have done better. I'll rewatch this video, but I don't think there was anything I could have done better, to be honest. It's just like a flawless week in terms of not just like profit or, you know, following my rules, but just performance in general. You know, avoiding all the trades that I shouldn't have took. You know, 100% good there. A plus on the trades that I did take. A plus on risk management. I reduced risk when necessary. A plus when it comes to managing my positions. I mean, literally a flawless week. So yeah, if I just keep doing this, bro, life is gonna change really quick. But that's all I got. Actually, while I'm here, I was gonna show y'all I mean, if anyone's even still watching this, bro, it's a long ass video. If I was gonna show my back testing results, bro. How do I go to my other one? Do you ever hear someone say daily bias doesn't matter? Don't listen to them, bro. Don't listen, or do your due diligence. I literally, bro, I had this exact same strategy. I was trading it the exact same way, but without taking into account the daily bias, daily time frame, daily profiles. I never took it into account, and I had a 40% win rate at the max, 45% at the max. Now we're at 66% win rate, and I mean the results speak for themselves. Yeah, I mean, like we're cooking. You feel what I'm saying? So I have been moving on this account. I haven't lost in, dude. Look at this. Look at this. I'm gonna just show y'all. Oh, so bright, bro. Just watch. Just watch. Because I take the trade on FX replay for statistics, but I want deeper analysis when I backtest personally. So I've built my own Notion database. The last loss I had, bro, look at this win streak right here. Like we are cooking. You feel what I'm saying? And what I've noticed, right? Daily bias. And this is why I say don't let nobody tell you that daily bias isn't important. Whenever I have my daily bias, when I get the daily bias correct, when I get the bias correct for the day, we're gonna check this box. Look at the results. Look how many wins, bro. And my win rate, which I have somewhere here, I think. Or are we gonna have to do this manually? We might have to do it manually. Just bear with me, bro. Watch this. We're gonna go just wins and losses. Look at this, bro. So we have total of 29 trades. And then if we take out the losses, we have 25 wins. So that's 25 out of 29. 25 out of 29. 86% win rate. At a 2R multiple, whenever I get the bias correct for the day. Daily bias matters, bro. I'm gonna be honest. This is my secret sauce. This is what kind of turned me profitable. This is why I feel confident in going for funded accounts now, because I never had this. I never took into account the higher time frames, the daily time frame, and it messed me up, bro. Taking this into account now, I have clarity. Look at this. Look at these results, bro. Like You can't make this up. Like, you can't make this up. I have detailed analytics for each and every one of these trades. My computer is acting like an ass right now, but like, I have every single trade, bro. And what's crazy is if I go back to analytics, free sauce, bro. My entire strategy right here. Actually, I think this is a little old. There might be some tweaks that I made, but point is, you want to see my win rate when I get the bias incorrect. So when daily bias is not correct, look at the results, bro. I already did the math at one point. It's 12% win rate. So, I mean, the numbers speak, like the math is mathing. You know what I mean? The numbers speak for themselves. Daily bias matters when you're trading ICT. It matters. This is literally what made everything click for me. I mean, look at this, bro. So, little extra sauce. If anyone managed to stick through the whole video, you got ridiculous amounts of game, ridiculous amounts of sauce, bro. Take it. Your entries don't even matter, bro. Like what do you call it? I keep track of my entries and how I enter into positions, but it doesn't even matter, bro. Daily bias. If you get the direction right, all you have to do at that point is get your PD array, external manipulation PD array correct, and then if you find just any entry, it doesn't even matter what the hell it is. It could be, but it doesn't even matter. You don't even need an entry. You could literally, once you have the bias already set in your head, you could literally find your PD array, which is like your higher time frame where you're looking for manipulation inside of. You don't even need to look for entry. Just put your sell limit or your buy limit on that PD array and just set your target, set a 2R. What I do, you'll probably make a ridiculous amount of money, not even looking at the entry time frames, the 1 minute and 1 minute to 5 minute time frame. You don't even need it, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. So just take into account, bro, daily bias. But yeah, that's all I really have for the video. Good backtesting session, great week ahead. We're gonna try to take the momentum from last week and carry it into the next week for sure. Get funded, and yeah, we're just gonna keep it pushing. So appreciate y'all watching this video. Hopefully you stay to the end until you got that sauce, and I will see you maybe tomorrow when I do a market analysis. We'll see. Probably not. Be honest, I don't think I'm doing that. We'll see you in the next video. Peace.